The bad news is only bad if you haven't anticipated it. So ask your Professional Solutions Insurance Services agent about insurance that protects and service that matters. Professional Solutions Insurance Services. Good news for businesses of all types and sizes.
7:43. Welcome back to Great Day for this Monday, second day of February, as we welcome a guest to our desk right now, as we have Professional Solutions Solutions Insurance Services, focus on business, and we have Dan McElroy here from Street Smarts. You've seen the cars driving around. They have the Street Smart signs on them. Want to know a little bit about these things? Well, we're going to find out all about them. But speaking of driving around in cars, did you notice the illuminated sign on 235 coming in this morning? Here's what it said, and see if it makes sense for you folks. Don't drive angry. Why, Jason, would they put that message up on the board today?
Allegedly Groundhog Day today.
Allegedly.
That's not why they would put it up.
No, it's because that's the saying from the movie Groundhog Day.
Oh, it is?
Don't drive angry.
Oh, see, I thought it was just because everyone's frustrated because it's slick and people are getting in
ties into Groundhog Day. You knew that, though, Dan, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I see that. Okay. How about that? But Street Smart, tell us a little bit about this company.
Well, Street Smarts has been around since 2001. We're a locally owned company, and we teach driver education to almost all of the schools in the metro area and Cedar Rapids and Iowa City. And so we teach youth drivers and adult drivers how to drive.
Who started this company?
Well, my cousin did about 14 years ago, and then so I took it over about 6 years ago, and it's just been getting bigger and better ever since.
And so when we grew up in Lamar's and Cherokee, it was done through the school. Like
yes,
the PE
it was.
Teacher would do.
Yeah.
They did a fine job, but that's not the way it is around here, is it?
No, it's not. About 7 or 8 or 10 years ago, in between there, a lot of the schools decided it was too expensive for them to do it anymore. So they were seeking companies like us that would take over their program and save them a lot of money.
So you guys were already up and running as an independent driving school.
Yes, and there were a few other independents then also, but it was a good time for us to start it. And then a lot of schools just decided to get out, and we went in and helped them out.
Well, there's also a lot of things kids that are learning how to drive in a city of Des Moines as opposed to us, you know, kind of in a rural community. I remember the first time I got on an interstate, it was just like,
I can't imagine learning to drive here.
Here, as opposed to where we grew up. But how have things changed over the course of the few years that you've been open, or quite a few years that you've been open, about kids learning how to drive?
Well, the biggest thing is the now texting and driving. That's a huge thing.
So you teach them how to do that? Or
yes. We teach them how to not
Perfect.
do that.
That's the one leg arm. No.
And that's one of the biggest things is the texting and driving and talking on your cell phones. And I grew up in rural Iowa also, to where my driver education was a lot of gravel roads, and now it's a lot of real busy city driving. And we just have to get them used to that and constantly work on that, because it's not just them that we're worried about driving, it's about everybody else in the busy lives that they have and other people on their cell phones. So we really teach them a lot about city driving and just to be careful.
I want to go back to the cell phone thing about texting and driving, because that really is a major problem, not just for teenagers, but for everybody. What is your, what's your item that you teach them when it comes to texting and driving? What do you tell them to do when they get in the car with their phone?
Well, they're supposed to put it away.
What do you mean put it away? What do you mean by putting it away?
Well, we tell them to put it in the glove box or put it in the console.
So it's not even a distraction.
Not even a distraction. And we stress so hard on not even answering that, turning the ringer off. So they're not distracted by that and thinking, well, it's ringing, I need to get it. And we stress to tell their parents that the parents can call them later, you know, and if the kids don't answer, don't worry about it. They'll call them back later. And so just put it away and not have it as the distraction.
Do you find most adults these days should almost be retaking this course?
Yes,
like when we were taking it, I mean, the biggest thing, distraction we had was turn down the radio, make sure your friends aren't talking to you too much. You know, we didn't have all these added new things that kids have to deal with these days, but also, like Lou said, adults as well. And I almost feel like we need to re-up our course.
We do. And even Bluetooth, my vehicle has a Bluetooth, and I feel that that's still a little bit of a distraction. Too. And so, yes, I do. We see a lot of adults on their cell phones constantly and texting. I'll be sitting at a stoplight, and I'll see people sitting right next to me texting, and then the light will change. They won't notice it because they're on their phones, doing whatever. They're distracted.
I'm always behind those people waiting for them. That's where I am.
Yeah, me too.
What else have you learned when it comes to teaching the kids how to drive nowadays? That you obviously focus on the cell phone aspect of it. What else do you focus on nowadays?
Well, we just focus on, teaching them how to be a good and safe driver. It's not about being a defensive driver all the time. It's about being a good and safe driver. We've only got 6 hours of on the road lessons with these students, plus we have 30 hours of classroom time with them, but we only have 6 hours to teach them in the car, so we want their parents to teach them how to drive. We teach them how to be a safe driver.
Is a morning like this an opportunity for you, or do you just not even mess with streets?
Well,
like
it is an opportunity for us. We do like to take the students out as long as, like, the roads are pretty clear right now. You know, there's a little bit of, you know, slick snow on them. But there's not a lot of snow to plow through with the car. So we do like to see the kids get out in this a little bit. Maybe go out in your neighborhood, a residential area, rather than get out in through the stoplights in this kind of weather with the students.
Now, with traffic and weather like this today, would you be getting 5 years experience in 5 minutes?
You would get a lot of experience, yes, because, you know, your car is going to slide around all over, and you know, it's good for them.
Now, you said you're saving the school some money by having a program like this, or kids being able to come to you. How much does it cost to be a part of Street Smarts?
Basically, it's $335.
Okay.
Give or take a few. Some of our schools are a little bit higher. We are in contracts with schools to where we set the price with the schools, but most of them are $335.
Okay.
Yes.
And what kind of cars are you guys having available for the students?
We have 2 different brands. We have a dozen Toyota Priuses, and then we have Mitsubishi Galants. And the reason we chose those 2 vehicles is the Mitsubishi Galant is a very safe vehicle as far as the safety ratings. They've always rated.
Is it a larger car?
It's about a mid-sized car. Yeah.
Okay.
And the Toyota Prius, you know, is small, but we chose those because of the fuel economy on those, because 50 miles per gallon has always helped.
And I think my mom still wants to know if you can buy that extra brake that you can put over in the passenger side.
Yeah, chicken brake. Yes,
she always wanted one of those.
You can buy it and have your mechanic put it in.
Oh my goodness, she always wanted one of those when I was driving. So some great shirts here. You're also just reminding people of the importance of the simple fact of buckling up to make sure you're safe when you're out driving.
That's the first thing you need to do.
Is that a problem as much as it used to be? When I was growing up, that was a big thing, just trying to even get our parents to buckle up.
Yeah, no, it's not. When I get in the car and my kids buckle up right away, you know, that's not a problem at all anymore. So.
Yeah, and it does work.
Yes,
it does save lives.
Yes, it does.
New features out there. I'm very excited about these shirts until I saw how's my driving and a number to call. So maybe I shouldn't put this
just wear it on the front.
Oh, okay.
Keep your coat closed.
Nice.
Well, it's got our number to call, so they're not going to call you.
Okay.
Okay.
Good deal there.
Well, Dan, thank you for coming in. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Learning a little bit more about
you.
Street Smarts, driver's education, focus on business, brought to you by Professional Solutions Insurance Services. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much.
And if people do want to reach you and want more information, what's the best way to do that?
Turn the shirt around.
StreetSmartsDriversEd.com or our number 279-1112, and we can take your registration online or over the phone.
There you go.
Well, thank you. Drive safely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It is 7:51. We'll be right back. You're watching Great Day Live in the Morning.